Hey Exchange kids, it's Miss Kristian here, and I'm so excited to continue and close out our series on kids in the Bible. We've had such a great time teaching on the amazing works and miracles God was able to do with kids. From the boy who had the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish that Jesus used to feed thousands, to the 12-year-old Jesus who was teaching others the Word of God while they were traveling, and Miriam, who watched over her baby brother Moses while he was in Pharaoh's home in Egypt. Kids in the Bible use their power to change the world, which means kids today have the power to change the world. Today, I want to talk about how God can give us the ability to love anyone. There's a story in the Bible that I think we can learn a lot from. It's from another amazing kid named Joseph. Now, Joseph became the Pharaoh's top advisor in Egypt, ruling over all the land when he was an adult. And his journey to this role took a lot of twists and turns that all started when he was a boy with a coat of many colors. Now, Miss Kristian loves a good colorful coat, and I brought a few to show you. So I've been trying this earlier today. Let's see if it works. Hey, it works. This is one of my faves. Let me show you another one. Oh yes, I love this coat. I wear this one a lot. Look at this. All right, I got one more to show you. This one is really one of my faves. Yes, don't you all love this coat? I feel like Joseph would approve of this one. All right, I'm done with my coats and we'll go back to Joseph. Very cool, kids. I hope you all liked my coats. They are some of my faves. And even how beautiful my coats are, it really still does not compare to how lovely Joseph's coat were. There was beautiful colors along the sleeves, and I want for us to make our own version of the coat. I have a little coat of many colors, but I want us to make one together using the following items. Let me grab mine. All right, so we are going to use a paper bag. You can use a big one, a small one, medium, some thin, long strips of construction paper, some glue or tape like I have. If you want to use a marker to draw some stuff in, you can. And then make sure you have like a big paper clip. We are going to use scissors, so parents, if you want to be nearby to help with some of the cutting, let's do it. All right, so we're going to use our paper bag. We'll push it out, and we're going to actually push out the sides of the bag as well as the top. So this is how we're going to make some sleeves and the neck portion. All right, so once you have the sides, you can go along the creases. So you see I have a crease right here, and just cut out a little moon, so a little crescent moon, a little half circle, and that will make one of our sleeves. So let's see if Miss Kristian can do this. Awesome, and then you'll repeat the process on the other side. All right, so we have our little sleeves, and I'm gonna try and push this top out a little bit more so that it's on a flat surface. Yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So once you have the top, you're gonna make either like an oval, half oval, or a deep V. This is gonna be the top where you have like the neck piece. Very nice. And then what we're going to do is you're going to pick one side and you're going to cut right along the middle. So make sure you're not cutting on both ends with just one side. You're going to cut straight down the middle. And that's going to give us our coat opening. Christian's gonna go this way. Yes, I should have been in design school. This is a lot of fun. All right, we have a little coat. Look at that. And so here's the fun part. You can use your strips of colored paper and just start laying them on your coat. You can lay them down. If you want to start gluing, you can. I'm just gonna lay some down to see what colors I like. You can layer. Ooh, that should be really cool. And Miss Kristian's just gonna do the front panels, but I say if you have time, do all around the coat, because remember, coat of many colors, so this is a pretty fun activity. So what I'm gonna do with the tape, I'm just gonna tape all the colors together, all these little strips, and then I'm gonna make sure that they're taped on the paper bag, so then they won't fall off. Very cool. And you can use as many colors as you want. So I've done one of the panels, and I'm gonna do one of the other ones. Okay. Let's see, what colors do we want to do here? And this is fun because you can use different shapes or sizes. You don't have to stick with the strips. We just want it to be nice and colorful. And if you have colored markers, you can use that as well. Just a good craft all around. Uh-oh, I feel like I'm losing my tape. Okay. Beautiful. I'm gonna put a few more panels on, and then we'll add some quick buttons. All right, so I'll show you what I've got so far. Got a little bit of a coat. Uh-oh, some of my pieces are falling off, so I'll add some more tape. And that's a good note. With glue, this will stay on. Now, Miss Kristian didn't have any glue, but tape is a good best friend. Okay, that should stay on. Then I'm gonna add a couple buttons. So let's see. A little button there. Another little button. Do a few more. Awesome. We can add some squiggly doos and circles for it to be tons of fun. And then I'm gonna use big paper clip, and I'm going to connect the coat. Look at that. We've got ourselves our own little coat of many colors. Now, oh, I just put it apart, but you can always put it back together. Now, if you have a little pet, this might work, or if you have a little brother or sister, you might be able to stick their little arms in here. But if you make a big one, you can have your own coat. So as we're talking about the coat of many colors, you can make one easily too. That was cool, right? Now that we have our cool coats like Joseph, we can learn a little bit more about Joseph's story. Joseph's story starts in Genesis 37, where as a child, he grew up in Canaan with his family, including 11 older brothers. Ooh, that's a lot more brothers than I have. How about you? Now, Joseph was the youngest of his brothers, and he also was the favorite son of his father, Jacob, who also went by Israel. And Jacob made sure that everybody knew that Joseph was his favorite by what? That's right, giving him a coat of many colors. In Genesis 37:3, it reads, Joseph was born when his father Israel, also called Jacob, was old. So Israel loved Joseph more than his other sons. He made Joseph a special robe with long sleeves. Now, how do you think Joseph's brothers felt about him being the favored brother? Yeah, not too good. They felt jealous that their dad even had a favorite son. But instead of being mad at their dad, they got mad at their little brother Joseph. Joseph also had dreams about his older brothers all bowing to him, which that, plus the coat, made his brothers even more mad. But Joseph did nothing wrong, and Joseph did nothing to deserve their jealousy. One day when Joseph was catching up with his brothers who were in the field, some of them captured him, threw him in an empty well, and then sold him to be a servant in Egypt. They even took off his beautiful coat and ripped it up to make it look like a wild animal got to it when their father asked. Joseph's brothers were so angry and so jealous because of something their father did. And they did something so unjust to their own little brother. You know, sometimes this has or will happen to us. People may dislike us or be jealous of us or envious about something we have no control over, and it won't be our fault. And like Joseph, you and I may even experience unfair treatment based on unfair feelings that the closest people to us have. And again, won't be our fault. But what do? You know what Joseph did? Like I said, Joseph was a dreamer, and he continued to trust God and fulfill the purpose God had for him through his dreams, ever since the beginning. Joseph grew strong and wise, and even turned an unfair trip to jail into a job interview with the Pharaoh. So here we are, back to when Joseph had become Pharaoh's lead advisor and had control over all of Egypt. He was living the life. One day, many years later, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to him to ask for food and help during the famine. And they didn't even recognize Joseph, the brother that they were so mad at, the brother that they sold. So maybe during that time, Joseph went from looking like this to looking like this. A beard can do a lot, can't it? Anyways, Joseph realized that these were his brothers and they needed his help. So he put them through a few tests to see if they had really changed from being angry and jealous people. These tests were pretty tough. And once he saw that they had changed their ways, do you know what Joseph did? Can you guess? He said, so Joseph said to them, "Come close to me." So the brothers came close to him, and he said to them, "I am your brother Joseph. You sold me as a slave to go to Egypt. Now don't be worried. Don't be angry with yourselves because you sold me here. God sent me here ahead of you to save people's lives." That's Genesis 45:4. So, Joseph revealed himself as the long-lost brother who they shooed out of their lives, the brother with the coat of many colors that they were jealous of and mistreated for so long. And he showed love to his brothers and showed them how God turned their tragedy into a purpose blessing. He also moved his brothers, father, and whole family to live in Egypt with him and never go hungry. What a blessing! God can give us the power to love those who don't even love us, just like he did with Joseph. It may take a long time for there to be change, and it is worth it. God is also here to help. So the next time you feel you're being mistreated or judged by a friend, a classmate, or even an older sibling who thinks that you're the favorite, show kindness and trust God for the right action. It may not happen overnight, but with God, there's always a tremendous and beautiful purpose through the journey. I hope you enjoyed learning about another cool kid in the Bible, Joseph. And remember, kids are awesome, mighty, and can do anything God calls them to do. We love you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye.